Hi, welcome to Multiple Shenanigans. I'm Letitia.
And I'm Jeanette.
Welcome to Yellow Music.
Oh dear.
It's a good start. We're off to a good start.
Yeah. We
Okay.
love in January. That's it.
Yes. So, how's your January? How's your year been, Jeanette?
What, 2020?
No, 21.
2021. Oh, everything. I'm not going to bring much positivity really. Everything's breaking. Our car is.
Oh no.
Our sink has got totally blocked and started leaking. It's just all going a bit wrong.
I know what you mean. My van is booked into the garage because an engine warning light came on and it was really scary and like, oh. And then my internet, we're recording this a bit later than we would do normally because my internet kept going off and on and off and on. My laptop has got slower and slower and slower. It's just one of those years.
Oh my God, what is that all about?
We're here now, and this lump of fluff here, this is a cat. This is Dixie Cat Nottingham. Hashtag Dixie Cat Nottingham if you want to look her up on Insta. She might make a bit more of a cameo. You just never know. You just never know. There.
Oh,
yeah.
Hi, Dixie.
How's your year been, Dixie?
She looks pretty chill.
Yeah, but you know she's been stuck in with the human that never goes out. It must be quite a tricky year for her.
Yeah, ours are getting a bit stressed. Too.
When are they going out and leaving us? That kind of stressed.
We need our own space. Yeah. And it's just weird things like because our sink's all blocked up, having to like carry water around a lot and wash up in the kitchen and carry it around and stupid stuff like that.
If you've got a bowl, why don't you wash up in the bathroom?
Because then it's like, where do you put the drying stuff?
Yeah.
I did think that initially, and then I was like, oh, where's it going to go then?
True. 2021 is full of complex decisions and issues.
Yeah. We don't have to leave the house, but there's all this craziness going on in it.
Absolutely. So we both had a good start then. Good start to the year. Brilliant.
But, you know, it could be worse.
It could be worse. We're avoiding the pandemic and staying indoors.
Eating the foods.
I'm trying to eat slightly less of the food because I was eating all of the food all of the time. Yeah. But I've never made a spherical cake, so you know, what do I know?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. I had an eye infection.
Oh no.
It went massive. What's the matter with me? I don't know if that was just, looked like I'd been punched in the eye.
Well, I noticed doing this Zoom today that my face is a little bit puffy on this side. I thought it felt a bit weird earlier, but when you look at yourself on the camera screen, you can see your face is a little bit puffy on there.
It's okay to me.
Yeah. Oh well. It's probably withdrawal symptoms because I've hardly eaten any chocolate for about 3 days.
Yeah, it's the opposite. Your face is like, where's the goods? Not I've had too much. It's like, I need more.
Oh dear. Faces, eh?
Faces.
Not unless they're really cute ones like that. Oh, that one's not even looking out the window now. Look at that. Dixie. Yeah, that's the kind of face you want.
That's a cute face.
Yes.
Very cute face.
Yeah.
It's like yellow now. I put this on to fit our yellow theme, and then I thought it's kind of mustard. Is mustard's yellow, right?
Yeah. What kind of top is it that you've got there?
It's a shirt.
It's a shirt.
Yellow shirt.
It's like a yellow checked shirt.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got to do cardigan because it's cold.
Yeah.
I did have a yellow cardigan. That looks stupid. You can't mix normal yellow with mustard yellow, I found, unless they're just the right shade.
Or just enough wrong to be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It just looked rubbish.
I don't have a yellow cardigan. That's why I'm wearing a purple cardigan, and underneath a black jumper because it is quite chilly. But I've kind of got a. I'm going to give you a twirl, in fact. I'm going to give you a twirl because I think today's outfit deserves a twirl. This might go horribly wrong because it's a full length.
Is it a dress?
Dress. Yes.
Nice.
It's a ball gown.
That's commitment to you. I feel underdressed now.
Yellows come in many different styles. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I wish I had a yellow ball gown.
Well, it's the only yellow I have.
Wow.
It just happens to be. It actually was. I wore it as a bridesmaid dress for my friend Hattie's wedding, Hattie and Alistair's wedding. Hello, Hattie and Alistair, if you're watching. It still just about fits. It took me ages to get it done up, but I got it there. My friend Hattie got married in Scotland 5 years ago now. Wow, time flies. To Alistair, who's a true Scotsman. Excuse the tale. I've been to a ceilidh down here, but I've not been to a full-on Scottish ceilidh with all the reels and the jigs and everything. So that was really exciting.
Yeah.
Wearing a full-length dress.
Were you okay? No trippage?
There was a lot of potential for trippage. There was also a lot of exhaustion. I really, really wanted to join in with everybody because it was, how often you get to go and do reels and jigs with lots of men in kilts?
Not that often.
Not that often. After the ceremony, before the reels and jigs, there was a excuse me, a little band that played 1930s tea dance music.
Oh.
So that was really cool as well. So you could like dance in a flapper style and.
Wow, that's a super cool wedding.
Yeah, 20s and 30s style, and then we went into full-on Scottish Highland flings, reels and jigs, and yeah, it was really cool. That's music and yellow tied together in this one dress. Thank you, Hattie.
I've got a no story outfit on again. I'm gonna have to find some story outfits.
What are you doing, Jeanette?
No, what a letdown.
Where did you get your yellow top from? Your yellow mustard top?
I can't even remember. Somewhere boring like Miss Selfridge or something. That's not boring, but
Yeah. Right, and have you worn it anywhere exciting that you can recall?
No, it was in the sale, but that's a given. That's generally in anything. That's a given. Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to have to go do something exciting in the next thing I wear just to
make sure.
Yeah, that's a bit contrived though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got no life of my own. I'm going to have to make one up. Music.
What music is your thing?
Well, I'm a bit terrible with music because I just listen to about 5 things over and over again. I'm really stuck in that.
What are they?
I couldn't really even say what they are. I don't know. It evades me even want to try and think what they are. Like years ago, as a teenager, I was well into stuff, but I'm just weird with it now.
When somebody asks you a specific question like that about a general topic, do you sometimes find your brain just freezes and you can't?
Absolutely. It's like I've never heard music. Suddenly I'm like, what is that? I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing I can think of, because I have a picture right next to me, is my love for Beyonce.
Beyonce, and she wears yellow well, it has to be said.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
She wears anything well. There's not anything she can't do. That's also like.
What you mean? You mean that smart businesswoman that's really good at dancing and singing?
Yeah, and it's like a humanitarian, and just everything she does is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Never heard of her. No, tell me about her.
Well, I have been to see Beyonce twice. Yeah, and this is one thing with music that, from an MS point of view, is difficult for me. Seeing live music, because I always want the toilet.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so. I often, if I were going to see any live music, I will be thoroughly dehydrated.
So
I might. There's a chance I might make it through.
or pass out from dehydration. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
Where have you seen Beyonce?
I saw her in the O2, which wasn't seated,
No.
and I saw her in Amsterdam with my friend who lives in Amsterdam.
Okay. What kind of venue was that in Amsterdam?
Oh, and I've also seen her back in the day with Destiny's Child.
Where? Wow.
This is a
You
long love.
followed her. You have followed that woman.
Yeah, I've been there from the start. Well, not the start, but
yeah,
it's a long-term love.
Yeah. Wow. I love music and I love live music, but I really like small venues. Really like 200 to 500 people, so that you can. It's all standing and moving around, so you can go to the toilet at any point. It is a thing. It's the being able to know where to go. I used to like that. There's a club called the Maze in Nottingham, which unfortunately is shut now. But what I really, really liked about the Maze was there was a toilet that side and toilets that side. So it was only a very small venue, great music, lots and lots and lots of different live music and everything. But two lots of toilets. Brilliant.
Anybody who doesn't know, this is a terrible symptom of MS, is that, you kind of, when you need to go, you need to go.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the two phrases. There's the frequency and the urgency, and often both, I find.
Yeah.
So
I think drugs to try and control that.
Me too.
But it doesn't completely.
No. I found what's worse for me is, when you go between hot and cold, so if I step out of the front door into the cold, I immediately have to go. Or if I step in from the cold, I immediately have to go. So going in and out is really hard, because whichever side of the door you move to, you need to go back to the toilet. And I'm looking to move at the minute, and one of the reasons is my toilet is upstairs. I don't have a downstairs loo by the front door, so it's really, really hard. I can get all the way home. I can stand outside my front door and be perfectly fine, but I know the minute I open the door and the warm air hits me, to get up to the loo is the goal.
I'm sorry that I associated music with, although in many ways it brings its own kind of music.
It's a song that we make our own kind of music, but I don't think they were referring to quite.
I don't think so.
But it's a fact of MS life, isn't it?
And it's the colour and the discussion of Trump earlier, because I hear he's into that business. Oh no, this has got dark.
What, you mean he needs to have a loo everywhere? Not like the Queen, who takes her own.
She takes her own?
Well, she takes her own toilet seat.
Oh, I think like a portaloo, or those ones you get on in caravans.
Do you know, I'm going to tell you, I've got a van. One of the reasons I've got a van is because sometimes you just have to go to sleep. But the other reason, that because I've got a slightly different van to one I've had before, it's not a big van, it's a small, slightly bigger, taller than a car-shaped van, but a little van. But I've got a porta potty in the back, and especially during this lockdown where all the loos are shut, it's been fantastic.
That is genius. Yeah, because a lot of times when I've thought of going somewhere, I'm like, I can't. Just that's amazing.
I highly recommend.
Let's get a van.
Everybody get a van, put a porta potty in the back. Doesn't matter about anything else, just get a porta potty. Brilliant.
That is amazing.
it opened up loads of things. Like you say, I was worried about going shopping, and I'm on my own, so I've got to go shopping. And normally I would use the loo while I'm there, but not at the minute. So just having it has just made such a difference. I can go out for walks knowing that as soon as I finish walking, I can use it. Yeah.
Tremendous.
Yeah. Yeah. Who'd have thought a discussion about music would have taken us to porta potties?
No, I just wouldn't. But yeah, music. Do you play music? Can you?
When I was at school, or up until I was about 25, I used to play the French horn,
Oh
and I
yeah,
loved it.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Henry. I've still got him.
Henry the Horn.
Henry the Horn. Yeah, he used to sit next to Sean the sax. But yeah, Henry Horn and I have been together since I was 15, I think.
Wow.
The only problem is with Henry Horn, he's quite heavy. So I stopped playing when I was about 24, 25, and I went to university, and they didn't have an orchestra. What was going on? Sheffield Hallam at that time didn't have an orchestra. Anyway, but when I was 40 something, 40 possibly, I decided I was going to start playing it again. So I got in touch with the local concert band and said, hello, I've got a French horn. I haven't played it for 15 years and I'm a bit rubbish. Can I come? I went, yeah.
Wow.
And I was kind of hoping there'd be like a full complement of horns and I could sit in and just have a go. But they went, no, that's brilliant timing because one of our horns has left. So if you'd like to come and join the horn section, that would be perfect. I was like,
A horn opportunity.
so I did, and I did go and play for a couple of years. It was too exhausting, to be honest, because it's good for you because you have to hold yourself up because you're using your lungs, but also holding stone and a half of brass is quite exhausting, and rehearsing was just knackering me out. So eventually I had to give it up. But I've still got Henry because one day you never know.
Yeah.
How about you? I bet you played something at school, did you?
No, only at like recorder at primary school. No, I'm not. I can't play anything. And I do like singing and stuff in rhymes, but I can't play anything, which I'm a bit ashamed about. And I had like 30 seconds thought about learning something over lockdown, but never did. I got a keyboard for Christmas like 7 years ago or something and just never did it. And that brings me deep shame.
Have you still got it?
Yeah, still got it. Could
Can
do it.
you press one key and then sing something and then pretend you've sung and played at the same time?
I should do it, shouldn't I? I really should.
Because nobody's listening. It's not like there's no pressure to go out and perform because you're not going to go out anywhere.
Yeah, should do it.
Well, I'm always impressed that you sing with Rhymes Against Humanity. Maybe, yeah, said that right, didn't I? Rhymes Against, no. Yeah, Rhymes Against Humanity. Yeah.
You got your back up there though. I actually had a horrible incident. I'll keep it brief because I don't want anyone to know anybody who might have seen it. Last year I auditioned for a choir and it was mortifying. Got in there and the audition, I expected, now I've got this thing where I can only really sing on stage. If it's in a non-performance environment, I get all like, ugh. Even singing around the house, I'm really self-conscious about. So, but I expected an audition to be in like a stage type. Turned up and it was in like a meeting room. Everybody sat around a table like it was a job interview. I just got really nervous and you had to prepare 2 songs, sung them, and I just couldn't sing at all because I was.
Well, you sat down as well?
Yeah, well, I think they got you to stand up and then they said, oh, sit down and do it. And it was just the most awkward and horrible thing. And I looked like an idiot because I was all like, and I was like, honestly, I don't normally get nervous because I don't in rhymes. You're just on a stage and it's normal. And it was just horrible and humiliating. And they were just like, you could tell they were like, oh, you think you can sing? And I was like, I'm not amazing, but I'm okay normally. But,
Oh, that's a real shame, isn't it?
and sometimes I do have like with MS, do you have like the bit of you that has difficulty swallowing? Also, like my throat can be quite weak, and that's difficult. But this wasn't that. This was just nerves, like completely. So I have like thought, I need to reclaim that. I need to kind of somehow, separate to rhymes, do a performance somewhere just to say, I can a little bit do this.
Yeah.
Because it was mortifying, it was horrible. And you could tell they just thought I was an idiot.
Well, I can't get my head around that you would be auditioning for singing in a place where everybody sat around a table. I do go to a choir, but it's a community choir and everybody's welcome and you don't have to be able to sing, which is brilliant. So you can turn up and think I can't sing, but you find that you are singing and then that's fine and it's good. It's really nice. I'll put you in touch if you're interested.
I don't want no office-based choir or whatever that was.
We're currently Zoom-based, but we're not office-based.
Yeah, it's so weird. I was like, why do you guys think this is okay?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. No, I don't. Oh, I did do an audition once. I was going to say I've not done a singing. I did once do a singing audition when I was in my late 1920. Actually, yes. My friend sang in the local operatic society, and where I lived at the time, there weren't many outlets for being creative. So he used to sing with them, but he could sing. And I wanted to join them, but I couldn't particularly sing. I mean, I could probably, if there's a group of people singing, I'll join in. I sang in the school singing groups and things, but not, now you sing this note, you sing that note. It was just not the thing that I did at the time. And but most of the people in this operatic society were, well, they seemed at the time really, really old, but thinking about it, they're probably about my age now, possibly a bit later. I think they're probably mid-50s onwards, and I was 20. So that's a huge difference at the time. And but they were doing a performance of a show, and there was some can-can dancing in it. I can't remember what show it was. Anyway, so I went with my friend. It's really good. We used to work in two different places, two different suburbs of London, but between us there was a woods. So in our lunch break, we used to meet in the woods, and he used to try and get me to sing.
That's so weird.
So I was having singing rehearsals in the woods, halfway between where he worked and where I worked.
I've got so many questions about this.
Then I went along to the auditions, and they were so excited that some younger people wanted to come in. And I thought, oh, brilliant, they can do the can-can.
The woods with them.
The woods were not involved in the actual audition. So I went along, and my singing was so rubbish. I just, when you just completely your brain doesn't function. No, at the time, that was when I thought I had ME, chronic fatigue. But but then they tried to get me to do did the singing bit, and they were like, okay, well, we'll carry on then. Our choreographer's going to give you some simple dance steps, but they were so simple. They were like side step. So because I could dance a bit, and I was like, so do you mean like this or like this? And they were like, okay, you can do dancing. She can't sing, but she can do dancing. So yeah, that's what got me into the Operatic Society, the fact that I could dance. And then we did the show, and I really can't remember what the show was called. We did a thing called Summer Song, but I can't imagine there's any can-can in that, because that was all the music of Dvorak. I don't recall Dvorak writing any can-can music. No. So anyway, we did this show that had a little bit of can-can in it. And I was one of the can-can dancers, but we dancers had extra rehearsals, and that was when I had this really weird symptom in my legs. My legs were so cold, and I couldn't always get them to do stuff. And I remember sitting in front of my mum's gas fire with the heating on and a blanket wrapped around me, and sat right next to the fire. So my legs are really cold, and my mum's saying, "That's not quite right. It's ridiculously hot in here. You're practically sitting in the gas fire, and you've got a blanket on." But yeah, so that was just that. Anyway, I managed to do the can-can. It was all fine. My friend's dad said, "I didn't expect to see your knickers when you were in this show." So, what can you do? Yeah, so that was that. But later on, when I was had my MS diagnosis and talk through symptoms, and they said go through some of your chronic fatigue symptoms. And when I got to that one, they were like, that sounds more like MS. So that's one of the things that was. That's what sticks in my head.
I've never heard that. However, I do get that.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just thought that was mine.
Sorry, I had it first.
No, because I was thinking I want to get some. This is like the fingerless gloves thing all over again. I was thinking that I wanted some leg warmers. Have you got any more products? Also, I did used to have some yellow leg warmers.
Ah, were they that like fluorescent yellow?
Have you got loads of those, like a whole colour chart?
Yeah, I have.
No, they were like like a pale yellow. What's the really common lemon yellow?
Lemon yellow, yeah.
Lemon yellow isn't the colour of lemons, is it?
No. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lemon yellow.
Never thought of that. Your dress is kind of lemon yellow.
Yeah, I was just going to say this is like lemon yellow, but a lemon isn't this colour. A lemon's more. Why has the world been calling lemon yellow not lemon colour?
I don't know. Who do we write to?
Yes, Beyonce. Ask Beyonce. I'm sure she can sort it.
She would be all over that. She would know. She would just know.
I treated myself the other day. I made myself think about it a bit more. So I've actually been playing some CDs or doing some music choosing. I've been choosing rather than just letting it happen. And I sat and I read a book the other day, and I chose the music I wanted to listen to. And I was sitting there thinking, this is really nice. I thought, I could do this anytime.
So you can do that. I don't think I can read and listen.
It depends what sort of music it is.
We did something like this in Memory Club, I'm pretty sure.
Could be.
Because I can sleep very well to music, and I can work to music, but I cannot read to music. I can read factual stuff, but not proper novel.
Well, that's interesting. So you can't go into the world of the story and the world of the music at the same time.
The conflict is great.
But you can do work and music at the same time.
I can work, rest and play, basically, to music.
Work, rest and play, but not read.
But not read. Which is, to me, not quite play, although it should be, but I did an English literature degree, so somehow it became pretty much like a work or not work.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That's
not,
interesting.
basically it's not being fun.
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a shame, but
I have to get you to come to my creative writing courses instead and do some poetry.
I know I'm starting to sound like a right misery on this. I don't do music. I don't do I do stuff.
You do lots of stuff. You do improv stuff and comedy stuff and baking stuff.
And I was ever so keen to be in a choir. They just didn't want me. They literally were like, "You're way too nervous." I was like, "No, I'm really not. Just in that context."
Yeah. There is something you said though, it's something interesting about when you go on a stage, isn't there? And there was a program about somebody on the telly that's quite famous. Who, oh, I know, it was a program about Victoria Wood and saying that she was really, really shy. But when she was on a stage, she hated going on the stage. She was really quite ill every time. But when she was on the stage, it was quite different. And a lot of people say that, and I know I feel that. If you're on the stage, you can be anybody, you can do everything. But when you're not on the stage, then it's completely different, isn't it?
Yeah, it just even like in rehearsals I'm a bit, or definitely in courses and stuff where you have to, I'm like, oh god, just feel so self-conscious. But also, especially on a stage in front of people, it's like the ultimate, you're gonna look like a massive dick if you don't commit to this. so yeah, the absolute fear of total exposure is probably enough to make me suddenly not feel as self-conscious and nervous. Makes no sense, but
It's one of those weird paradoxes, yeah.
Music.
Yellow.
Who'd have thought it would lead us to the places it has done?
That's the beauty of having two random words and two random people. Well, I think that brings this conversation about yellow and music, although we've spoken little about music and not an awful lot about yellow, but a lot about other things, to its natural conclusion. So we've been Multiple Shenanigans. I've been Letitia.
I've been Jeanette.
And we hope to see you again soon. Thank you.